All right, today is September 3rd, Labor Day, 2012, and I'm sure that many of you that have watched my videos know exactly what I'm going to talk about. That's right. More than 30 years of my hard work, labor equity destroyed by building and safety, the LAPD, parking enforcement, the fire department, the crappy city council, the crappy mayor's office, and all the way up to the president. You have a collective system called the 50 United States of America. It's called a lot of things by a lot of people, including by the enemies of this country. It's called an evil country. An abusive country that, if you read the comic book Addicted to Power, Addicted to War by Frank Durrell, and his DVD video of what I learned about U.S. foreign policy, it's a quagmire. It's a quagmire of very heavy duty. So many things in the past. And I know there's the philosophy of, well, get on with your own life. Okay? And the work in your own life is regards to whatever you can hold on to. So where does it stop? And yesterday I tried to hit on all points, but I think most of my videos, more than 300, have pretty much self-explanatory about what's really going on, and there's not much else I can talk about. What ends up happening is that if you hold on a second, I got to put on some kind of earplugs because I can't. Deal with, or I guess I just have to put one finger in my ear. Those aren't working. So there. So I got my microphone turned on pretty loud so that I don't have to talk so loud. But unfortunately, I'm in a computer place because my laptop is giving me trouble. So I'm back to paying $3 an hour for computer time. I have written down that the Democratic convention is going to get rained on as well by Hurricane Leslie. And it's pretty much slam dunk as far as natural disasters go, and as far as planning goes with most of the things that happen to these political parties at the highest level that are plugged into the Bilderberg Group, the Trilateral Commission, the Council on Foreign Relations, and all the rich people's interest. The rich people in this country are really, really spoiled, and it really goes beyond being spoiled. They're so used to being in power. They've got such a control freakism that, and the media is included in all this. The media hasn't published one word about what I've said, and if they did, they would edit all my videos. Of course, they'd be violating my rights to my copyrights. So my guess is they'd have to ask permission before they started trying to slam dunk me and make me look like a radical, when in actual fact I am a victim of many civil rights violations, and these civil rights violations have been going on for years and years, more than 3 decades actually. So when you interrupt a person's research studies, like what I said yesterday, this informal education, and how criminal, how it's worse than criminal, worse than murder, to murder someone and keep them from doing their freedom to research. The freedom to research is actually, the freedom to research actually ties into all the technology that you're using right now to this day. All the technology you're using is because of freedom to research. But now you've got so many rules and regulations that you inhibit many people, I'm not the only one, from being able to make the advances that we need in order to make the world a better place. The Romney convention stole from me, and so did the media, by harping on the fact that Clint Eastwood spoke, and he spoke unedited, unscripted, And that's what I do in all of my YouTubes. And the reason I do it as both as a presidential candidate and as a candidate of the revolution that I've been trying to push, but nobody cares because nobody knows about it. And even if all 10,000 people that looked at my videos took all their money out of the banks, it wouldn't affect anything. It has to be multi-millions of people. And it would take a huge disaster to make that happen. You don't have a great system. You only have a great system for people who are enjoying the fruits of their labor, like the middle class, the upper middle class, the rich. These people have already made it to where they've made it, and they don't want to look at homeless people. They don't want to look at people that failed because they don't want to be reminded of where they're going to go or what's going to happen to them. And there are programs that try to help, but there's some people that are just beyond help. I mean, I was attacked so many times that I've ground my teeth away. I mean, my rights have been violated way beyond what the FBI could ever enforce as far as prosecuting or arresting the people that were involved in, people in high places too, that were involved in either neglecting my situation or contributing to my slow demise. Trying to prove it would be really difficult because trying to prove it would be really, really difficult. My coughing is probably a result of my teeth going bad. And like I said, all illnesses start at the atomic level. They don't start at the molecular level. And so it is like being on death row for me. And not one person out of more than 10,000 people in 3 years have come to me and said they'd like to help. I did get one comment yesterday, but I'm not going to mention who it came from or what it was about because it's the same as many others. Even though the comment meant that most people wouldn't believe that particular YouTube. But I'll give the person a benefit of the doubt, even though I don't see much hope for me. Since I've been ranting and raving, not one person has come forward and said, hey, I'd like to help you do something about your situation that was created for you by the people of this country and by the people on this planet. So what we'd like to do, at least or what I'd like to do in this video, this is a very short video, is tell you people that the Democratic Convention, the Republican Convention, the way you're going to vote this November is the same that you've been scammed into believing all the rest of the years that you have done. And those years are years of being manipulated, years of being scammed on, years of having a dual dictatorship that swings from one party to the next over and over and over again. And this isn't about parties anymore. If you really want to talk about the party, the People's Party, that's you. You that are watching the videos, you that are actually being on, part of this so-called collective, a collective that you people don't seem to understand. That the more you contribute to this collective, the more it will actually, the first people in line to get harmed by it are people like me, people who are continually harmed, and it's harm that goes on over and over and over again, year in, year out. I mean, I've lost 24 cars, my buses, my boats, my sailboats, my speed, everything that took me to collect. This crappy Los Angeles took everything from me, and this is wrong. It's evil, and no one, not Obama, not all the Congress, not all the people in the United States can bring back everything that has been illegally taken from me. And when I say illegal, I mean due process does not mean due process interpreted and applied with a form of prejudice that takes everything from you. It's different if I lost everything from a hurricane or tornado. I wish that Hurricane Leslie would go in there and just pick up the whole Democratic Convention and throw them everywhere. I wish they'd all get flooded. drowned like the rats that both Romney and Obama are connected to. But no, the planet Earth goes on with abusing people like me and causing so much pain and agony. And the only thing I thank is that I can sleep at night, and when I do sleep, it's wonderful. And when I wake up, the process starts all over again. All the nightmares that this country, this city, federal, state, and local have put in my mind, that there's no way to erase it. And the only thing left to me is revenge. The best form of revenge I could ever see is, like I said, waking up tomorrow morning 16. I really wish there was a God, because if there was a God like back in Moses' time, that's the first thing I'd ask God. Hey, listen, I've really been screwed over. I've really been taken advantage of. All my things that I worked so hard for, I would say, God, Jehovah, look, I've worked so hard, or Allah, or God, whatever it is, Krishna. Here I am. I've worked my bones to the bone, and I've got nothing to show for it now. All thanks to the crappy city of Los Angeles, eyesore fanatics, people who stuck their nose in my business and wouldn't mind their own business. So, what can I do? What avenue have you people allowed me to even have? What avenue do I have to go? Zero. It is still back to zero. And that is why people who've been done by me, that's why they think about suicide. That's why it comes in and out of their mind all the time, especially when they are like the director who jumped off the bridge. Who knows why he jumped off the bridge, Tony Scott. But it doesn't matter who it is. These kind of thoughts go through a person's mind when they don't have anything left to fight for. When every time they turn around, there's some anomaly, some person that thinks their importance, their profit is more important than your life. Sure, that's the only thing left. I mean, you're going to die anyway. So if you're being tortured, why do you have to be tortured all the way to your deathbed? This is just outright evil. And not one person has lifted a finger to say, hey, look, I'm sorry. Not even as a presidential candidate. None of the candidates have answered my challenges. The 15th challenge now. And I've challenged them to a debate, and the deadline is Rosh Hashanah, the end of September, 1 month before the election. They're not going to answer. I know they're not going to answer. The political advisors will tell both of them, oh, that's political suicide for you to do that. Let him go ahead. Behind closed doors, this is what they'll say about me. Behind closed doors, they'll say, you go ahead and let Caesar commit suicide. Let him die. He's not of value to the country anyway. Really? I'm sure that they've said that about me. I'm not of any value. That's interesting. But I was valuable enough to come to my house and spend $15,000, impound all my stuff, and force me deeper into debt. I was of value enough to impress your laws on me, your codes, your so-called anything that you claim that is so important, like a holy grail, that you have to oppress a person's life, destroy their years, destroy their hard labor, collecting all that stuff. I had a place to go to in Colorado, 40 acres. Not once, twice, and the very same city screwed me over. The attitudes of this city is what caused my death. And I'm as good as a living, walking, dead person. You people don't care. Who really cares? You can give me a dime, you can give me $1, you can give me $100, you can give me a 20. That's not going to change things. Obama promised change. Yeah, really? What kind of change? These people are all in the rich people's pockets. Don't you understand? They're not going to do anything for you. And the only people that really know are the people who've been abused. Those are the people who are legitimate candidates. Those are the people that know what it takes and where the changes need to take place immediately in emergency mode, worse than a national disaster. That's what my life is, a national disaster. Obama's not going to declare a national disaster just for one person. It has to be a lot of people. Or you have to be beat up like Rodney King, beat to a pulp. Or like that lady who just got to police brutality a few days ago. Now you have to be beat to a pulp before anybody pays attention to you. That's why you deserve the hurricanes. You deserve the mass shootings. You deserve the death and destruction. Everything that happens is negative. You deserve it all. Because no one sits there and says, okay, I'd like to help now. Yeah, well, you know what my answer would be if somebody came up right now and said, here's $1 million, Caesar. I'm sorry it happened. That's not enough. Don't you understand? Other people, that may satisfy other people. That's not enough. My dignity, my self-image is disrespected. I worked all those years, 30 years, to end up here, to end up with nothing. And it wasn't a natural disaster. It wasn't a tornado. It wasn't Hurricane Isaac. It wasn't a flood. It was you people, your collective government. You owe me going to the bank, even if you're Donald Trump, everybody. You owe me going to the bank, taking your money out of the bank, and bringing the country to its knees. And then put me in charge, and I'll show you how to set it up. But like I said before in my other videos, I'm only going to show you how to do this once, because then I'm going to want to take as much money as I can and go disappear. I don't want to see you people anymore, because you've made a total mess. You've eviscerated, destroyed, erased my life. Erased 30 years worth of work. In 9 years, the last 9 to 10 years being the worst years of my life. Watching my things get auctioned off, destroyed, moved, being forced to move like a slave, working me to the bone just to watch my stuff get destroyed and taken away from me. That's what makes you people evil. That's why you deserve all the violence, all the natural disasters, everything that can be thrown at you by Mother Earth and by crazy people. You deserve every bit of it. And I hope you enjoy it. So when you're bitching and crying about your loved one that died, hey, remember this video. Remember what you did to me, what your collective contribution did to me. Because even if you contribute this much as a poor person to this crappy country, you're doing damage to me. You think about that. Talk to you later.